What are your relationships like? I know I see so often on TikTok when people are looking for spiritual guidance, like 90% of them is wanting to know about a relationship. The interesting thing is that most people only focus on the relationship with somebody else, like the love, having love. Yet they don't focus on what is their relationship like with themselves. The deeper and the more connected and understanding of ourselves, the more we can find somebody that is truly aligned to us in values and desires and energetically that can support you. And this is something that I found really, really interesting, because there is this place of where we can have polarize and, I think it went quite dark then, didn't it? We can polarize to people or attract people into our field because of certain things that are within us, right? So if we embody certain archetypes, say if we're continually in the healer archetype, we are going to find people that need healing. If that's what we're like in our loving relationships. In my work, that's what I do. So I'm continually finding people. But I also embody the archetype of the teacher. And this archetype has come through on so many things. On my Diamond Light, when I've done my Diamond Light numerology and activations, I just this morning listened to something on like a personal growth and development space, and they're like, oh, look into your astrology, and it also activates or balances with your gender. And I got a number 2, and it says I'm the teacher. My energy, one of my main energy systems is in my throat. So sharing knowledge, sharing divine wisdom, because my name is Kelly with an I, and therefore I'm a number 11. So very much in tune with master numbers, spiritually in tune, right? So I am a teacher bringing in spiritual information. In my Diamond Light activation, I am with this number 10, bringing divine energy to the earth, right? So the more I dived into getting to know these things, I was like, yep, that makes sense. Yep, that makes sense, because that resonates with who I am. When I was thinking about this before, there's this interesting space that most people don't realize what archetypes are running in their field. And we are a multifaceted prism. So that means that to make us whole, we have many archetypes that play out. I am a mother. I am a healer. I am an energy healing coach or transformational coach. I have, all these different archetypes. I'm a rebel at times. Like I really do push things at stages, and I rebut things that just don't feel right. I can be a bit of a rebel and not walk the path of many other people. Oh, that fish just jumped right beside me. Anyway, getting distracted. So it's interesting because I really get to know who I am. I really get to know what my energy systems run like and really align myself intuitively to that space. I listen to my heart, I listen to my thoughts, I listen to my feelings, and listen to what energy or what archetype I am playing. So I have this deep relationship with myself. So I can actually work on aligning that better. So if those thoughts and feelings are not truly aligned to being a successful quantum queen who is creating massive changes in the collective, I need to listen to where I'm out of alignment. And being that self-awareness of not judging, but getting curious. Where does it come from? Where is it held within my energy body? Is it in my timelines? Is it in ancestral energy? Is it part of my inner child? Is it created from a past experience that is still anchored in my body and that I need to release? So I got my key here. And so I feel into that thing. I feel into my, not even thing, my body, into my energy systems. And I was, I learnt these processes. I teach these processes because they're so important for us to let go of the resistance in our field so we can become aligned, so we can create from a place that's soul aligned and creating purpose, passion, wealth, prosperity, abundance, joy, happiness, well-being, you name it, we create it from an aligned place. We create healthy relationships from an aligned place. So if we want to go into relationships, when we start to look at what is our relationship with money, what is your relationship with money? What are the stories you tell yourself? What is the relationship you have with abundance? Do you believe wealth is only money itself and having material things? Or do you see wealth as your health? Do you see wealth in your relationships with your friends and the people that support you? Do you see wealth in your economy and in society? What things are you looking at in the aspect of wealth? Is it very narrow-minded? Do you need to work further on that? And I go into this space with people when I start to talk about relationships. It's like, what is your relationship with time? What is your relationship with energy? Because so often most people don't have a good relationship with themselves, with time, with money itself, and they wonder why their life is struggling. They don't have a relationship with the universe or source or God or whatever you would like to call it. They don't have a good relationship with that. They don't create that. And so we are creating these relationships out of alignment and not actually focusing on the things that are the most powerful, most important things that you can create in your life is having healthy relationships with all of these things. I have a really healthy relationship with energy. I have a really healthy relationship with the source. I have a really healthy relationship with my inner self, my nervous system, my emotions. I have really healthy relationships with my friends, my soul tribe, my clients. I have healthy relationships with money and wealth, abundance and prosperity. I have a really healthy relationship with health itself and well-being. Because these things, the more healthier I am and the more I'm connected to my own well-being, the better my energy systems are and the clearer my mind is and the more ability I have to tune into what I need, what the universe wants to bring forward, what my clients need, what I need to help create even more for my children, all of these things. So I want you to stop and ask yourself and watch, even just pick one subject and watch how you function throughout the day in relating to that place. Whether it's money, whether it's time, whether it's energy. Are you desperate and just need a relationship to fill your cup? You're looking for something external to fill a void. You should be finding things that fill your cup for yourself, not finding someone else to fill that space for you. Because the more I got to know myself and love myself, the less desperate I was for anything else to fill my space. I learned to love my life in such a way that I have healthy standards and boundaries around what is aligned. And I actually became less attracted to many people because so many people are still functioning from a very wounded space. And that's not a judgment thing. I just don't feel attraction to them energetically. But years ago, I was attracted to very particular types of men, very warrior type, very masculine, dark masculine energy that are very selfish and not romantic. And then over the time when I did the work on my own energy systems, I realized how I was attracting that energy. Some of it was because of my dad wounding and my inner child. Some of it was because I was seeking safety and strength, their strength and protection aspects. So I needed to create that within myself. I was also very much in the light feminine, but I had unhealthy light feminine men, meaning that I didn't have boundaries and didn't speak my needs. I was very much a people pleaser. So I needed to look at these things and where they came from. As I worked through these things and got to know myself and healed these things, and now I work with so many clients in all of these spaces, what happened was my attraction space changed. It changed. And who I was attracted to and who were attracted to me completely changed. The men that came into my space were romantic, were connected to their emotions, had this softness about them, this space that they wanted to pleasure you and take care of you and treat you like a queen. They wanted to spend healthy time with you and quality time with you. And that all came from my inner work. Those men I was not attracted to those men in the beginning. I actually, after my divorce, my next partner was actually very much like my first partner. And when I sat there and looked at my eldest son, I realized he was very much like my dad and how I had attracted some of those qualities in my husband and then my next boyfriend after my marriage broke down. And that self-reflection was like a slap in the face of like, wow, I have some work to do here. And then I just watched everything change. And now I've worked in all four of the light, dark, masculine, feminine, because we all have masculine and feminine within me. I became divine union within me. And now I attract a whole different level of men, deeply connected to themselves. Beautiful people.